My name is Major Sean Conderman. I am the Future Operations Officer for 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion, and I'm originally from Stillman Valley, Illinois. So the LLB, or the Littoral Logistics Battalion, is the logistics element of the Marine Littoral Regiment. We are an adaptable, lighter force than a traditional combat logistics battalion that can get the right stuff to the right place at the right time for anyone within the Marine Littoral Regiment. So the LLB is the Littoral Logistics Battalion. So littoral, loosely defined, is that area that can be affected by either the land or the sea, commonly referred to as coastlines or groups of islands like a archipelago. And then by law, the Marine Corps is supposed to support that naval campaign. And in essence, the Littoral Logistics Battalion is there to support that campaign via the MLR along those coastlines or groups of islands in the littoral areas. So the Littoral Logistics Battalion used to be called Combat Logistics Battalion 3. This was a very large and capable unit aboard Marine Corps Base Hawaii that did everything from maintenance to intermediate supply to motor transport, field mess, and all the functions of tactical logistics. So the 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion is made up of 4 companies. That's the headquarters company. Then we have 2 littoral logistics companies. Then we have the general support company. And the way that we employ ourselves is we create what we call littoral sustainment teams and then a material and sustainment integration cell. And those are our base units, which we bring together capabilities from across the battalion and either attach or in direct support or general support of supported units within the Marine Littoral Regiment. So 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion's purpose is to support the Marine Littoral Regiment and support subordinate units beyond our organic capabilities within the tactical functions of logistics. We're also there to connect the tactical logistics webs and networks to operational logistics chains and webs. So 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion's primary mission set is to support the Marine Littoral Regiment with the tactical functions of logistics and connect the tactical logistics to operational logistics in support of the MLR or any joint forces. So 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion supports the Marine Littoral Regiment with logistics subject matter expertise, as well as logistics and the tactical functions of logistics beyond organic capability of other subordinate units. We do this by developing littoral sustainment teams or tailored teams that can either attach or be in support of any of those other subordinate elements and just provide any help that they need beyond whatever they can provide themselves. So 3rd Marine Littoral Regiment is very unique in the way that it operates. Unlike a traditional regiment where it might be different battalions kind of doing their own thing in their own battle space, the Marine Littoral Regiment, on the other hand, brings all the capabilities of the battalions together, either as a task element or a task unit, or in just a general location. And 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion provides the logistics for those units, either, again, within those task elements, task units, or in that general location. So the legacy combat logistics battalions were very large and capable units, and they had all the functions of tactical logistics, but they were also very heavy. With the national security strategy and national defense strategies that we're currently employing, the adversaries identified require a different type of thinking. This means being very lean, agile, and able to move, therefore being able to survive. The Littoral Logistics Battalion is that lean, agile, flexible, and responsive logistics unit, unlike our legacy CLBs, that can actually be in this fight against our current adversaries in great power competition. So 3rd LLB brings to the fight that the other battalions don't is really a very significant logistics knowledge base. We have certain MOSs, military occupational specialties, that weren't resident in prior combat logistics battalions or anywhere else across the MLR. This is anywhere from mobility to supply chain management, as well as our unique cross-training program where we have motor transport operators learning how to do helicopter support teams or beach operations groups or port operations groups. So with the very immense knowledge base when it comes to tactical and operational functions of logistics, paired with the cross-training of our junior Marines, non-commissioned officers, and staff non-commissioned officers, we bring that robust logistics capability that can help anyone within the Marine Littoral Regiment that we're supporting. So the Marine Corps set up the Littoral Logistics Battalion in support of the Marine Littoral Regiment. So the Marine Littoral Regiment, underneath Force Design 2030 concepts, is there to fight in the littoral areas. The Littoral Logistics Battalion had to be changed from those legacy combat logistics battalions to be a little bit more lean, more agile, and just a little bit more flexible. So this enabled the Marine Littoral Regiment to be self-sustaining. They created a Littoral Logistics Battalion. The Littoral Logistics Battalion employs our explosive ordnance disposal teams in a variety of ways. Primarily, this is in direct or general support of the Marine Littoral Regiment and its subordinate units. but we also are able to employ them in support of federal agencies aboard Hawaii or across Indo-PACOM, supporting those Indo-PACOM initiatives in places like Guam, Palau, and other countries. And then on top of being able to do explosive ordnance disposal by reducing explosive hazards throughout the theater in the operational area, we are also able to assess the adversary networks when it comes to either explosive hazards or just the way that people or our adversaries operate within those areas. So the Damage Control and Resuscitation Team is an experimental medical team that the 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion, as well as other units in the Marine Corps, are currently testing. This is a small team with immense medical capability, and how we employ them is we put them as forward as possible within the battle space, typically in those austere locations that won't have a roll to or a hospital anywhere nearby, and they can be that connecting file between the point of injury and then that higher level of care, more or less enabling prolonged field care of those casualties. So 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion employs littoral sustainment teams as an experimental task organization. Roughly 2 years ago, just as a 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion was redesignated, we had to come up with a way of how we would task organize with a new type of unit into the Marine Littoral Regiment. So we developed a Littoral Sustainment Team, or LSTs. And what LST is the base unit that we employ logistics in support of Marine Littoral Regiment units. And each LST is made up of a variety of logistics functions, as well as other enablers such as communications Marines and food service Marines, and really anything else from across the battalion or other supporting agencies that we can attach to those LSTs. And the reason we do this is to create a very tailored team to support any mission or any unit across the Marine Littoral Regiment. Again, providing that flexible, responsive logistics that the 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion is responsible for. So 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion came up with this concept called the MSIC, or the Material and Sustainment Integration Cell. What this cell is we take a lot of our logistics and supply chain subject matter experts, and we brought them all together in addition to our maintenance experts as well. And what it does is it connects the tactical logistics networks to operational logistics networks, in addition to also supporting any material and sustainment support throughout the Marine Littoral Regiment's operating areas. So something to highlight with the 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion is the transformative process that we've gone through over the past 2 years, coming from the large Combat Logistics Battalion 3, which supported all the units aboard Marine Corps Base Hawaii as well as across Hawaii, to the 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion that we are today. This is a reduction in personnel, reduction in equipment, kind of a swap out of those people and equipment, has been just something absolutely noteworthy to watch. I've been there for every step of the way, and I've seen Marines become the most innovative and creative people, I would argue, in the entire Joint Service. To take something big and easy to manage into something small, unique. Maybe we have some shortfalls that we needed to kind of jump over to support the missions. These Marines, day in and day out, come up with solutions, whether that's taking $1,000 drones, 3D printing them in a back closet somewhere. Now they cost less than $30, to coming up with new task organizations, advocating for new littoral transport means such as small boats, taking air delivery, turning them into unmanned aerial delivery system technicians and operators. Everything that they have done day in and day out has just been, it's an absolute pleasure to watch and an absolute pleasure to be part of it. The 3rd Littoral Logistics Battalion is unique, flexible, and responsive.